All right, here we go. Video number 4 in the real estate investing. Okay, subject to real estate. Okay, subject to buying houses on payments. Okay, literally, I don't know if you guys have watched video 1, 2, and 3, but I'm gonna put them down in the link below so you can go back and watch those. If you haven't, I want you guys to go back and start with number 1 and work your way all the way through, because it literally gets me so excited thinking about how fast you can become a millionaire, right, using this strategy. Okay, if you don't know, my name is Sawan Belcher. I teach people how to buy real estate with none, okay, N-O-N-E, none of your own money, okay, that you have to come out of your pocket. That means that you can be in the hardest part of your life. You could be under the dirt, down at the bottom, okay, and need a lift up, and subject to real estate investing is your lift up, okay? That's your bringing you out of the mud, right? In the last video, we just told you how to create, 3 ways to get paid. An upfront check, a consistent monthly check, and a back end check, right? And I'm gonna explain here in just a second, okay, how I made $50,000, okay, over the last 36 months with this house. $50,000, okay? Let that sink in real quick. How much did you make this year? How much did you make this year? How many days did you have to work to make that amount of money? How much focus and confusion did you go through while you were at that job making this amount of money? Let me tell you, it took me a whole 13 days, really, like 13 days of hard work to put this deal together that paid me 36 months, 13 days of work, 36-month return. Okay, you see that? 13 days of work, doing it the right way, putting in all of the effort. Because is this easy? Heck no, it's definitely not easy. It takes a great amount of work, persistence, effort, energy, money, time. Literally, you have to become your best self. This is going to be so hard. It is going to take all of you. Okay, but that's good. That's not a bad thing, because once you get to all of you, then grace gets a chance to come to work that day. It comes in and it fills in the gaps, and now God has it. Okay. And once God gets in the mix, you got some magic. Okay. So that's where we are now. We're now in video number 4, and I'm going to go over 4 different deals that I've bought subject to, and I'm going to let you know how I found those deals and how I made money, so you can go out and implement those things right now. Okay. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to be brief. Okay, I want to know in the comments below, I want to know, what are your questions about subject to investing? We did a 4-part video, but I still know there's going to be more questions. What are your questions? And I want to answer them. Okay. So that way you can actually implement this. Okay. Because in 12 months, I want you to say, hey, Sawan, I picked up 3 houses. Hey, Sawan, I've been making checks on this thing ever since you talked about this. Hey, man, Sawan, I literally, you told me how you found that deal. I went out, I downloaded the Deal Machine app. I started calling sellers, and I just bought my first house, right? Hey, man, I thought my credit was so bad that I couldn't do it, and I did it. Thank you. Okay, so please let me know your questions so we can help you implement. Okay, implement. So now this first house, man, I love it. Okay, this is the deal that I made $50,000 in 36 months on. Okay, it was actually my first deal. It was actually my first subject to deal. Okay, because everybody got to have a place to start. So I didn't really know much about marketing at the time, but I knew what I knew from the dealership. Okay, and one thing that I told everybody at the dealership to do was your best customer was somebody that already knows you. That's how I used to train the guys at the dealership. So everybody in your phone, take out your phone, go to your contacts. You probably got 1,000 contacts, and start dialing every single person. No matter if you have an active relationship with them, or no matter if you had a falling out with them, or if they slept with your best friend, still call them no matter what, because this is a numbers game. So you want to call them. Hey, how you doing? what are you up to these days? Okay. Right after they answer that question, they're going to ask you, well, what are you up to? And that is your chance to say your whole 15-second elevator pitch. Well, I've been buying houses with other people's money, making a living that way. I just got started in real estate investing. I'm looking to pick up my first, rental property. I've been, up to buying and reselling houses, and I'm looking forward to quitting my full-time job. So, and once you say that, that's going to pique a certain level of interest. So this deal actually came from a lady at my church. She didn't send me a deal, but she happened to be in a situation. She was posing like she was sending me a deal. She actually happened to be in a situation herself where she had bought this house 7 or 8 years ago. Okay. 7 or 8 years ago, and had been losing on the house every month. Okay. She has a mortgage of $790. Okay. It was vacant for years because she was off in, she was deployed somewhere. I don't want to lie and say what country it was, but let's call it Afghanistan. I think we were doing that for a while. So let's call it Afghanistan. She wasn't in North Carolina to be able to take care of the property, and she didn't know anything about it. Somebody actually convinced her to buy this house, to get this mortgage, and they were going to be partners together and they were going to make money together. But that didn't happen. Every month she was losing money on it. Finally, when I told her that I was looking to buy my first investment property, she saw a little hope, saying, oh, well, I guess I can finally sell the property. Okay. So that says something in itself. Not everybody is ready right now. It just takes a little time, and they will be ready, if they have a little motivation and they're in a time crunch. So she finally said, well, hey, Sawan, do you have your loan in order? I said, well, look, I'm not getting a loan. At that point, I already had 2 houses, and I knew I didn't qualify for a third loan. I knew that. So there's no need for me to lie and say, hey, I'm about that bag. I can go get that mortgage. No. Says, no, I'm not going to get a loan. The way I'm going to buy my next rental property is I'm going to take over somebody's mortgage. And she said, well, how are you going to do that? So I start telling her the things that I'm telling you on this video. And she said, well, let me think about that. And I said, no problem, because I need to think about that too. That's how I came up with that close. Go back to the last video if you want to hear that close about how I get sellers to give me all the information that I need about their mortgages without me asking one question. Okay, so she finally said, hey, I want to think about it. And I said, cool, I'm gonna think about it too. Okay, about a whole week went by, and she said, hey, look, I just want to understand, can we meet at Panera? Okay, at that point, when she said that, I knew it was just me building trust. We went there, met at Panera. I explained everything that I was going to do, even how I was going to make money, and she agreed and said yes. Okay. At that point, we had agreed that I was going to give her $2,000 outside of the loan. Okay. And I was going to take over the payments. She signed a purchase agreement. Bada boom, bada bang. Okay. What gave me the time to come up with the money is real estate is a paper game. So somebody signs a piece of paper, it still has to be closed with the real estate with the real estate attorney or title company. So now you have that time to come with that funds. I told her that I was going to have the tenant that was there not paying move out. I told her that I was going to clean the property, and I told her I was going to find a new tenant. And once I got a new tenant in there, that was going to be how I paid the mortgage. Okay. So I told her exactly how I was going to make money. Okay. Do you have to do that? Not necessarily, but for her, that gave her clarity. That gave her confidence that that number one, that I knew what I was doing, that I had a vision, and then I could actually execute this. Okay. So the first tenant, the way I found them was I made a Facebook meetup, like a Facebook, I guess you can say, like, I don't know, like a sales page on Facebook. And I said, hey, look, rent to own. Okay. No credit, all you need is a down payment. Rent to own. I'm having a showing from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. I want everybody to be there at the same time. I wanted 20 people to be there. Because when you have a lot of people there at one time, right, you're able to like build up some like camaraderie. Like you get people that say, oh, I want it. Don't give it to him, give it to me, So the first tenant, I slacked on my terms because I was feeling that pressure that you're going to be feeling. Like, dang, I just promised this lady this money. I got to pay for this next mortgage no matter what. Oh my gosh, I was starting to feel that pressure because I was 3 weeks in at this point. So in a week, I got a mortgage to pay. So I was feeling that pressure. So, instead of slowing down to choose the right person, I chose the person that was ready the quickest. And that was a mistake because he didn't bring me my whole 6,000. He said, hey man, look, let me just give you 1,500 and we'll go from there. And so he gave me the 1,500 literally like a whole, 2 weeks later, because we had it in writing. If he didn't pay in 2 weeks, he had to vacate, since we had that in writing. Luckily, we didn't have a 30-day contract in there because I would have had to wait 30 days to get him out. Since we had 2 weeks in the paperwork, then I was able to evict him after 2 weeks. And then I was able to go back through my list of people that came. And then luckily I found Miss Shakia. Okay. She was awesome. She had the $6,000. She had her proof of income. Her car was clean. That tells me that she's going to keep the house clean. Now she didn't have good credit at the time, totally fine. She gave me reasons for all of the bad things. I wanted her to write out all the bad things that was on her credit because we did a credit report that we pulled from mysmartmove.com. We did a background and credit report on mysmartmove.com. And so I had her give me an explanation for each bad inquiry. That just gives me something to hold her accountable to, right? That's uncomfortable. So now we can have a really good conversation, because if she's willing to have this hard conversation with me now, if something pops up in 2 years, she's going to be easier to work with because she's willing to have those harder conversations. Okay. So do that. So she gave up $6,000 down. We agreed at $1,150 a month for 36 months, with that chance for her to express her option in 36 months. Now, if she doesn't express her option in 36 months, I told her, hey, look, I want you to have the house. If you're in it for 36 months and you pay on time, she paid every single month on time, I'm just going to send you an extension. I'm going to send you a 12-month automatic extension, but the rent's going to go up and the price is going to go up. Okay. And you do that because you're an investor. Remember, one of the monopoly rules is, okay, that you want to look out for yourself first. Okay. You're looking out for the best interest of, Swan Belcher LLC. Okay. And another one of the monopoly rules, whether you like it or not, is that the object of the game is to bankrupt your neighbor, meaning get them to pay you the most amount of money for this particular product. Okay. Now, what I like to do with these lease options is I like to give them equity. At the time, the house was like, ARV was around 130. Okay. So I sold her the house at 121, gave her a little equity just in case she needs it to cover any fees. Okay. Now, at the time she actually closed, which was last week, the house appraised at 180. So don't feel bad, for putting in clauses for you to make more money. You're putting this person who had bad credit, okay, a bad history, you're giving them a chance to own a home, okay? So don't feel bad for giving people this opportunity to own houses. That's just what God called you to do. Okay. So, and because of that, you have a more responsibility to make sure you're able to make more money for yourself so you can keep helping people. Okay. So she paid me $6,000. Okay. The mortgage was $790. She paid me $1,150. I'm gonna do some math so that way we can do this together. So $1,150 minus $790. Sorry. $1,150 minus $790. Okay. That's $360 a month. Okay. So we made $360 a month times 36 months. So we made $12,960 in cash flow. Okay. Plus her $6,000 down. Bam. So we made $18,960 all up until closing. Okay. Over the last 36 months. Okay. So check this out. Here's the fun part. She went to state employees and got approved for a loan. Now let me tell you that local banks love these kind of deals, because if she's been in the house for 3 years, been taking care of the house, paying more for the house than what a traditional, payment would be on that size loan, then of course she's willing, able, and capable of paying the bank back. So the local banks really love this. So I always send my tenant buyers to state employees. They ate that loan up. Okay. They closed out at the 121. Okay. We owed, I think we owed like 89,000 or something. I think it was 89,000. So 121 minus 89,000. Okay, bam, it's $32,000. So 32,000, let's call it, let's round it up to 19 grand, plus the 19 grand that we made over the last 36 months. We made $51,000 on this one deal that we contracted, okay, and put together 3 years ago. Okay, that is how you do a subject to deal. Okay, that's how we found her, literally going through our phone, talking to people that we knew. That's how we, constructed it. And that's how we made money off of it on the lease tenant buyer. Okay. Now the next deal, we actually did a little bit differently. Okay, did a little bit differently. Let me tell you how we found this one. Now you'll notice there's guys like me and everyone else. You'll drive around and you'll see all of these "we buy houses" signs. We buy houses. We take over payment signs. All of this good stuff. We buy ugly houses. Those are investors and wholesalers. They're looking for deals actively every single day. So they spend a lot of money on data and marketing and training their teams and all that good stuff. And you don't have to do that. That's grunt work. If you're working a 9 to 5, that's hard to do. So I get that. So sometimes I will add myself to their buyers list, build a relationship with them, let them know I'm the creative guy. If they don't have a deal that works out, I can help them still make money on that deal. So Anthony bought me this deal and says, hey man, look, for some reason, people don't want this thing. I'm not understanding why they're not wanting it, but I think it's a deal. Okay, so I just asked her if she'd be open to payments, and she said yes. Would you be interested in, in taking over payments? I said, heck yeah, of course. And he said, well, look, the payment is current right now, but by the time you're closed, it's gonna be one payment behind, and the tenants, for some reason, they're not paying their rent. They're 1 month behind, and the lady just wants to get out of it because she just got a divorce 2 years ago, and she can't handle the stress of this and the divorce all at the same time. I said, hey, brother, no problem. I got you. Okay. So a wholesaler bought me this deal because I signed up to everybody's buyers list. Okay. So that's your first action. Sign up to everybody's buyers list so you can start to receive deals, make relationships, and let them know that you're the creative guy. And if they have a deal for whatever reason that doesn't close, that you're the creative guy and you can offer second solutions for them in their deals so they can get paid. Okay. And then actually have the balls to say, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take that responsibility. Okay. So he went and showed me this house. It's beautiful. Born 1990. Okay. Beautiful carpets. Tenants keep it clean. Okay. 3-bedroom. It was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, walk-in closets, nice roof, nice gutters. Vinyl is nice. I mean, this thing's nice. And that's the beautiful part about buying subject twos is most of the time they are in great shape. Okay. They're not the ugly ones. They're the good ones with a little amount of equity. So what we did was I gave the wholesaler $5,000. The seller didn't want anything. Okay. She just wanted the, payments taken over by somebody good. We did that. I went over and talked to the tenants. Okay. Instead of evicting them, I went over and talked to them, found out what was going on. They said, hey, look, we want to stay. We've been paying, but the property management company has been stealing money. Okay. I went and talked to the property management company after that. Turns out they have been getting paid the money. They've been taking it. So I legally, we are the problem solvers. So I let them know I'm the problem solver and I can solve this problem by having my attorney sue you, or you can just go ahead and pay me because I'm the new owner. They decided to go ahead and pay me, and I signed the tenants up on a new lease. They've literally been the best tenants ever, and now they work for me, and we have a trash out company together. Okay. So I pay $5,000 to the wholesaler. Okay. I think it was like $2,000 to give the tenant a couple things that she wanted. She wanted like a Ring doorbell, a new thermostat, and us to pay her to clean the gutters or something, basics. So I think all in all, we were probably like $7,000 into buying it. Swan, you said no money. I know. This is where I got the money from. Okay. Hey, Mom, I got this deal. It's a good deal. Me and you, we can own it 50-50. When we sell it, we'll sell the profits 50-50. You got some money? My mom said, oh, yeah, I'm down. I'll do the deal with you. How much you need? I said about $8,000. She said, cool, no problem at all. So she gave me the money that I needed. $7,000, needed the other 1,000 to close out with the attorney. Boom, we got the deal now. Okay, so our mortgage on that property, check this out. A mortgage on the property is $550. And for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, $550. The rent, we charged the tenant $1,100 minus $550. So we were making $550 a month for the last 2 years. Check this out. So that means we made $13,200 in 2 years on this property. And finally, I said, hey, look, I want to see something big. Okay. I like the big checks, the big money. And I like the big money because when we were younger, our parents used to tell us, like, my grandma used to go to the mailbox and say, well, hopefully I got a check today in the mailbox, or money don't grow on trees. I can't buy you them shoes, or if you make a lot of money, you got to pay taxes. So I like making the big checks just so I can kill my younger self mindset. Okay. So I'm like, Mom, let's sell this thing. Let's get paid some money. Okay. Go to my realtor. I say, hey, realtor, COVID-19 just happened. Market just went up. Let's make some money. What can we sell this thing for? She said, we can get a cash buyer for $150,000 and you can get paid in like maybe 45 days. Or you can get somebody that's getting a loan, right, and move the tenant out and they'll probably pay like $165. And I said, well, 45 days sound great to me. Okay, so we sold it for $150,000. Our payoff at the time was $109. Okay, so we made $41,000. Okay, $41,000 on the sale, and we made $13,200 on the cash flow, which means we made $54,200 on this house over 24 months. Okay, now look. Now I want you guys to notice this. That's two case studies. 1 year, just so you know. 1 year we did, it was like 50 deals. Next year we did like 110 deals. Next year we did 75 deals. And next year we did like 52 deals. So this is just 2 deals. Okay. Out of the hundreds. Okay. But literally I bet these 2 deals, 50,000, I think one was 52 and this one was 54,000. So 106,000, let's call it. So the next deal, okay, I created an LLC with this person because once again, I want to raise money so I don't have to use my own money to take deals down. And I actually bought this next property with him. Okay. So the way we found this deal was via Facebook. I'm always putting myself out there as the authority in the marketplace. I want people to know I'm always buying. I'm a smart guy. I'm witty. I have wisdom. If you need help in real estate, you can ask me questions. Let me show you this deal that I did. And naturally, since you have an abundant mindset that you're willing to share your information that you know so others can learn from, naturally, those people who learn from you will bring you deals. Okay, so what happened on Facebook, somebody said, hey, look, I got a friend who wants to sell this house. It's a brand new build. I'm going to give you her number. I said, it's a brand new build. And so if you looked at the second video, we know that there's certain people that this is not for. And I'm like, I don't know. A brand new build. She got to have good credit. She got to have good money. And she had time to build it for a year and a half. And now she in it. She just bought it this year. Now she won't sell it. Oh, no, that ain't going to work. Okay. Now, but luckily, I work on my mindset daily. Okay. In the morning when I get up, I'm watching like this VYBO, like, motivational speaking, right? I'm writing down 5 things that I'm grateful for in my leather journal. I'm a money magnet. Money comes to me easily, frequently, and in abundance. So I had an open mentality when I got this lead. Okay. The lady said that she wanted to sell the house because her neighbor. And I'm like, your neighbor? She said, I don't like the neighbor. And the HOA won't do nothing about it. Older white lady. Okay, so she's stuck in her ways. Okay, the lady's black. The neighbor's black. Okay, so, and I ain't got no problem with black people. So I'm like, yo, I'm down to buy it, but the only way I can buy it is if you allow me to take over your payments. Now, the lady is an 800 credit score. She just bought a new, it was like a new Mercedes or something. Nice SUV. So it was like $100,000, and she's like, hey, I don't care. I just want to get away from this neighbor and as fast as possible. And I said, well, look, honey, your best way to sell this house is by listing it with a real estate agent. It's perfect. If you're just willing to wait the time, If you're just willing to wait the time, that's going to be your best way. No, I don't want to wait. I want to get out of here as soon as possible. I said, okay, have you talked to anybody? She's like, well, yeah, I talked to a real estate agent. They got a buyer. Okay. The buyer's willing to pay this, and I'm probably going to, make about $9,000 or $10,000, but they can't close for 60 days. And I'm like, yo, go with that. Go with that. And she's like, I want to get out of here now. So look, remember from the, from the second video, what we need, is a motivated seller who is on a time crunch. Okay. The three things that sellers need, okay? Time, convenience, and price, okay? If they get the price that they want, they're going to have to sacrifice one of these, okay? But if they get time and convenience, they're going to have to sacrifice price. And so I knew that since this lady needed convenience and time, I said, hey, well, look, let's break this thing down together. If you go this way, selling it through your realtor with this buyer that she has, how much are you going to make? She said $9,000 or $10,000. I said, well, does that include the commission? No. Well, that's $5,000 off rip. Boom. So now you're down to $5,000. And it's also going to cost you another month's worth of mortgage because she says it's going to take you at least 60 days. So let's say it is at least 1 month. Okay. Because you can really, go a couple of days without paying the mortgage and not be penalized for it because it doesn't report to your credit bureau in 30 days. So let's just call it $1,000. So you make $4,000. That's what you're going to net. It's $4,000. Are you okay with that? And she said, well, I'm okay with the $4,000. I just need it to happen sooner than 60 days. And I said, okay, well, look, how about this? I'll give you the $4,000 that you need and we'll close in 2 weeks. But I'm going to have to take over your monthly payments. And she said, well, give me $5,000 and we got a deal. Literally that easy. We got it on paper. Right now we're doing a deal and got our insurance lined up. Brand new build. We went over and walked it. Literally super nice house, like 3 big rooms, like 2 massive, walk-in bathrooms. I mean, it's like shower, towel. I mean, it's dope. And literally I had to ask my wife if she wanted to move in because I'm like, this is nice. It was a new build. Okay. Probably worth like $200,000 right now. I think it's like $225,000 right now. So look, we literally don't do anything to this house. Okay. We don't do anything to it. We get it rented for $1,600. So we need $5,000. Okay. And give you guys how I came up with the money. We need $5,000 to pay her. We need $1,500 for the attorney. Okay. And we got to make some money. So with this partnership that I have, I look for people who want to make investments, who don't necessarily have the time or want to learn all of this. Okay. And so since I have the time and I know all of it, they can invest with me and we can make money together. So they don't have to stop what they're doing right now to make money. They can just simply say, hey, Sawan, here's, $10,000. Here's $12,000. Here's $100,000, whatever it is. And you make the money and we can make money together. So Kendall, he gave me a $5,000 assignment fee to assign it from Buy Triad Homes to Triad Housing Group, our LLC that we have together. So it gave me a $5,000 assignment fee for finding the deal. He gave me the $5,000 we needed to pay the seller, the $1,500 we needed to pay the attorney, and another $1,000 so we can clean it and shampoo the carpet. Okay. So great. I made $5,000 to buy a brand new construction house. Bada boom, bada bang. Okay. We still own this house now. Okay. So the rent on this bad boy, $1,600. The mortgage is $997. We make $600 a month. We've had it for 2 years times 24 months. All right. So we made $14,472 from it. Right. And plus our $5,000 assignment fee, I've made $20,000 on this house over the last 2 years. Okay. Now this is definitely a house I'm probably going to hold on to. So I'm not going to sell it just yet, but I'm telling you, when I go to sell this house right now, I think we owe like $130 on it and it's worth $220. Like I said, we're going to make more than $100,000 on this house. Okay. So that's going to be $120,000 deal. Let's say if I were to sell it, in the next year, it's going to be $120,000 deal. Okay. Now, let me tell you the benefits of having all of these houses. Okay. This is what a lot of people didn't talk to us about when we were playing spades as kids, right? When we're under the Christmas tree and we're out, putting on football helmets and banging each other and shooting basketball. The money that you make right now is cool, great. Learn how to make money, awesome. But the money that you can show on paper, because that's what money is. Money is paper. So $100 bill it's only significant because we give significance. So the money that you have on paper is called equity. And so you can use equity to leverage. So what I mean is, if I have 10 houses, I owe 50 grand on all of them. All of them are worth 100 grand. And so that means I got 50 times 100. I mean, I got $500,000. Okay, of equity. You can find an institution to leverage your equity and, give you that money that's rightfully yours, so you can use it and go out and buy more assets. So literally, that's what me and this partner are doing, right? We're in the middle of negotiating a 10-unit apartment complex, and we're going to leverage the equity that we have to now go out and buy this apartment complex. We might end up using his cash, and then we'll refinance it out and use our equity that way, to show as like, as all the proof of verifications that they need, but you need to be building up a net worth. Okay. And that's what the subject to investing is going to allow you to do. It's going to allow you to show people that you own 40 houses and you're worth $5 million. All right. It's going to show people that, hey, I make consistent money no matter if I wake up on time or not. Okay. It's going to allow you to set up 3 checks over 36 months. It's going to allow you to work one time and get paid over and over and over again. And that is a secret to success. Okay. So if you guys, would like help with this, okay, this, I need you to do a couple things. So if you want help learning more about this, learning how to market so you can find these deals consistently. Like I said, one year we did 110 deals. I think this year we're on the pace to do like 60. If you want to learn how to market so you can do deals like this consistently, have $100,000 months consistently, have the problems of making $1 million in a year. So now you got to buy more assets to take care of your taxes, right? Then I want you to book a call with us. Okay. My team will jump on the phone call with you to figure out how we can help you. Right. So we either, can help you out with one of our courses, the real estate made easy course, so we can walk you through A through Z of how to navigate this business, marketing, acquisitions, and disposition, or if you need more of hand holding, we have like a 6-month mentorship. We can help you out too. And we can help you out weekly, literally on a live Zoom call, and help you set up each department of your business, so you can set up something longevity wise that'll help work for you. Okay. Either way, we want to help you, even if it's just a simple phone call. Okay. So book your free call. I'm gonna leave a calendar link below, so that way you can talk to my guy, Anthony, about how we can help you in your business. Because at the end of the day, I know that we all can, okay, make as much money as we want in a 30-day period of time while we cherry pick the very best deals. Okay. And one way we can do that is by buying houses, all right, subject to the existing loans or liens on the properties. Okay. So this is not just limited to the mortgages. They got window payments, if they got roof payments, if they got judgments, you can do all of that. Okay. And I would love to help you. Okay. And one more thing before you go back to video number 1. I promise, whenever you read a book the second time, it's going to reveal the truth over and over and over again, and different things. And whenever you get that confirmation, you're going to build confidence in yourself to have the conversations with the sellers, so that way you can close these kind of deals. Okay. Now, when you're doing these deals, you gotta have those docs. I want you guys to be in protected situations and mitigate your risk, so that way you can actually share these stories and testimonials with me here and on Instagram. This is me taking action. Go follow me there. And I want you to be able to share these stories with me. So be sure that you get the docs below. Okay. The subject to investing docs is literally 25 pages of goodness, of hard earned. I paid my attorney several dollars, several $1,000s, for these docs. So, I want to make sure that you have those so you can protect yourself and make the paper work. Okay. Paperwork makes the paperwork. Okay. Now, remember, you don't need all 3 to do a deal: time, money, and knowledge. You just need 2 to do you. Go out, take action, buy real estate, and share in the comments when you do, so that way we all know it's possible. Have a phenomenal turkey day. Eat some turkey with me, and bless you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Let's go.